Did you know that architects use geometry to build stuff like that and stuff like that? Here's how. An architect is hired by a client, and that client pays the architect to design for them whatever they want. Check out this example. A client has just hired an architect to design for him a music store. The client wants this music store to be one story in the shape of a rectangle, 25 feet wide, and 2,050 square feet. There are a few important things missing from the description of the client's music store that are necessary for the architect to design a floor plan, so the architect is going to have to use his geometry skills to figure out the unprovided information. Let's start with the second requirement of the client. He wants the music store to be in the shape of a rectangle. So what exactly is a rectangle? To figure that out, you must know the properties of rectangles. They are as follows. A rectangle is a parallelogram, and the properties of a parallelogram are opposite sides are parallel and congruent, opposite angles are also congruent, consecutive angles are supplementary, and the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Additionally, in a rectangle, all angles are right angles, and the diagonals are congruent. Let's look back at the client's specifications. We have a rectangle that is 25 feet wide and has an area of 2,050 square feet. And here's our rectangle. And this is an illustration of the properties of a rectangle that we are going to be using in this real-life example. Now, all we have to do is add our dimensions. There they are. This rectangle shows the specifications of the architect's client, a rectangle with the width of 25 feet and an area of 2,050 square feet. You may notice that there are question marks on the top and bottom of our rectangle. Those are the length dimensions. We don't know them. We need to use the properties of rectangles and a little bit of algebra to find them so that our architect can come up with a floor plan and start building this thing. So we're going to start by using the simple base times height equals area formula. This formula works for all equilaterals, and as this is a rectangle, it is an equilateral. We don't know what the base is. We know what the height is, 25 feet. We know the area, 2,050 square feet. And bam, there's your algebra. The base times 25 feet equals the area, 2,050. You divide both sides, you get the base, 82 feet. So now 82 feet has been put there in place of our question marks. So we have one base, 82 feet, but since the properties of a rectangle include that opposite sides are congruent, we know that the other side of the rectangle is 82 feet as well. And there's your floor plan. Almost every single floor plan looks different, some circular, some rectangular, but ours looks like this. Just a rectangle, which we now know so much about. I hope you learned something about how people in the real world use geometry, specifically architects. Have a great day.